So this guy was like some goth from Maine. And that's the first time we brought over a pack of cigarettes called Black Death cigarettes. It was really weird. It was a picture of a skull with a top hat smoking a cigarette. It was really tongue-in-cheek and hilarious. I'm going to grab some water that's right here. I don't know whose it is, but my mouth is dry. This is not dead air. This is me grabbing water. All right? That's me drinking water. Okay, so this kid is like... moves out, right? So I got the dorm all to myself. End of semester comes. And this kid is still gone. You know, and everyone gets a piece of paper telling them what kinds of things they need to do to prepare for the next semester. You know, do this to your room, do that, do that, do that. I got one of those pieces of paper. Well, I come back, and I find that all my clothes from my dresser are strewn across my room, all over the place. You know, my room's turned upside down. They'd gone through my room, went crazy, just tore everything apart. And I'm just, this is the kind of stuff that I can't handle. This is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. When this kind of crap goes on, and I don't feel like I was informed, I don't feel like it was fair, all right? You know, because I'm pretty laid back most of the time. But sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not laid back. And those are the kind of situations where I'm not laid back. Now, maybe I don't sound laid back right now, but this is not because I don't think this is fair. This is crazy and weird because I'm here by myself. And so that's another moment where I flip out, is when it's like these stressful situations that I'm not prepared for, and for some reason other people can do it, but I can't for some reason, you know. So I'm just here talking, and this is not a not fair situation. This is a me, like, not knowing what's going on. Okay, so anyways, I come back, stuff's all over the room, everything's crazy, all right? And I go and I ask, what's going on? Why is my stuff everywhere? And they're like, well, you didn't prepare to have a new roommate come in. It's like saying, you didn't tell me I needed to prepare to have a roommate in. It's like, well, yes, you know, in section 8000B ZQ Omega double force, like, there's a line in this big manual that says, blah, 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 about if you get a new roommate, you have to do blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, I can't argue with that. How am I supposed to argue with that? It's there in this big manual that nobody reads. And I wasn't like, didn't have the whole thing memorized to know this, all right? So they tore my room upside down. By the way, I didn't even get a roommate. I didn't even end up getting a roommate out of that whole situation because they said the room was too messy. That's why I didn't get a roommate. The room was too messy. Okay, what is that? So I was so infuriated that I did one of those write an email to the person you're mad at thing, where you're just totally in the moment and you ramble on self-righteously for like 5 pages, and the kind of thing that you don't want to read later because you know that you don't want to read it later. So apparently this email was so bad that I got sent to I wrote this to the resident director of my building, Draper Hall, and I got sent to the resident director of another building. That's how bad it was. I entered this big office, and there was like nobody around. There's this huge office except this guy at this desk at like the other side of the room, in this one of those big desks, you know, Mr. Burns style. And I walk up and I sit down in front of him, and he starts spouting off. He's like, "Well, if you were in my dormitory, I would have you kicked out already," you know. And I'm just thinking, well, okay, then this is not going to happen apparently because I'm not in your dorm, and apparently this guy's not going to do it. So why are you trying to threaten me? Of course, I didn't say that, you know. I wish I did say that, and was all like, "No, sir, you're in the wrong. F you, buddy. You can take your resident directorness and you can throw it out the window for all I care." You know, so I got the speech and I went back and gave the whole thing. It's like, we would do something to you, but we're not gonna do something to you, you know. So I don't know why this is another thing that gets me mad, is why didn't the resident director of my hall talk to me? Was he scared? Was he I guess they could say, oh, he was afraid. He was afraid that, you know, it wouldn't be a good situation. It would be too emotionally charged on your end, you know. But he didn't talk to me, and the way my email ended was like, you know, I got this big like 5-page long thing, and my email ended was like, "And this, sir, is why I disrespect you." That was my big boo-to-doo to you, sir. I don't respect you. And so, you know, he didn't win any points with me. I don't know how he won any of my respect. Maybe he didn't want my respect. Not that, you know, you need my respect. But, you know, though my whole point was like, you're disrespecting me and I don't respect you. So why should I respect you? And it didn't win me any points by he didn't even talk to me about it. The whole thing went on like it was nothing. I went on, put all my clothes back in my drawer, you know, cleaned up the mess that they made, didn't have a roommate, you know. So I think that they were just trying to find a reason to go through my room because they didn't trust me. They thought I smoked a lot of pot or something, which I may or may not have done. But you know, what are you going to do about that? So there's the Radford situation. Mason, I've been very good, I feel, for the most part. I've been learning to hold my tongue a little bit. I've been learning to hold my tongue. And it's been working out better, but, I mean, geez, jobs have gone by. No, see, that's another thing. Is I don't usually get fired from jobs for telling off bosses. Although there's this one time when I worked at Chili's. Like, I was dating this girl, right? And this other waiter, he was like out of nowhere. Like one day he walked around. He's like, you know that girl you're dating? She's a B. You know that, right? Like I'm like, what? This is out of nowhere. We've all been friendly before and stuff. And he's like, yeah, she's a B. You know that? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And he walked out. I was like, yeah, she's B. She's a B. And so, I didn't like the fact that why would he be saying that? It wasn't like I was protecting her honor, but why would he be saying that? You know?
What are you doing?
I'm just going.
We're off the air. We've been off the air. What have you been doing in here?
We've been off the air?
What do you think we've been working on back there?
I don't know what you've been working on. We've been off the air this whole time?
Yes.
So why am I still talking to this microphone?
What are you doing? I come in here and you're talking to yourself.
I thought that I was on the air. What? You're making me think that I'm not with it or something, that I'm crazy. Am I, you don't even have your headphones. Should I?
No. We're not on the air, you idiot. What are you doing in here? Did you hear us calling you?
No, I was in here talking into the. I like these headphones on though. I was here talking and saying my piece. You said no dead air, and so that's what I thought. I thought you said.
And then I yelled, "We're not on the air."
Really? When?
Like about 20 minutes ago.
I didn't hear that. I must have been talking to. I could have sworn that I was supposed to come in here.
Why are you talking to yourself?
I don't know. There's nobody in here. I was wondering why there was nobody in here, and I'm in here by myself, like, talking. I thought that I was supposed to be talking. You said no dead air. No dead air. Whatever you do, no dead air.
You've been on the air the whole time.
Really?
Can I tell you something? Best intern ever. Running with it. You killed. You're shaking like a leaf. Yeah, come on in, Fez and Brian.
I don't know.
Look at his face, though. Look at his red face. It's just, he's having flop sweat. I thought he was phenomenal.
This is like that moment in the Joe Schmo show when he found out that it was all fake.
That's you. You're doing the Joe Schmo show.
Can I take
Then he thought he was just talking to himself all the time.
Okay.
I think he's going to break down. Are you okay?
What's wrong, buddy?
Don't get up. We're still off the air.
Okay, good. I don't know when I'm supposed to leave. That's the problem, is when I start talking, I feel like I'm supposed to be tactful about when I should leave and get off, you know, or if I should just wait for you all to tell me to leave, or if I should be like the smart radio, you know.
I thought you did a great job in just talking about yourself.
Right. Yeah, like I couldn't think of anything else to talk about because I don't keep up with current events so much.
Right,
you know,
and so we got to hear an emotional breakdown where the audience got to play the part of the therapist.
Right. I like the first two stories. Both involved a woman getting beat up. One killed.
Right. I'm dead.
You wouldn't be able to talk if you couldn't breathe. Hey, Josh, I'm running Fez.
Hey, I just want to understand why you got the OC guy on the phone all day rambling about his high school days.
I don't know.
It's blowing real big that you rode the special bus. I mean, is that important to you?
Well, I'm just trying to tell people why it is that I'm so awkward all the time.
You are awkward, but you are very good at telling people why you're awkward.
Yeah.
So for a guy who has this social phobia, you're also very social. Sean, how did you think he did?
I think that he did great. You know something? I've got big radio dreams, too. And you know what? I think that it's a great thing that y'all did, putting that guy on the air. Because you know what? I mean, y'all were great for doing that. And
I'm going to tell you right now, I think the kid has got the chops. He reminds me of one of those... I think Sally Jesse Raphael used to do a real late-night show years and years ago where you would just talk about problems the whole time.
That old TalkNet thing.
Yeah. It was insane, and you were like that, Bitz. Mick, you're on Running Fez.
Hey,